Hello, and welcome to another episode of Pub Suds and Grubs presents
The Speakeasy. That's Ken.
I'm John. I'm Ken.
Yeah.
You're John.
I'm John.
Hello, we're here.
What's up, guys?
What is up?
What's happening? How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, right?
Yes, how was your week?
Good.
Good.
Busy.
Good. Busy.
Cold.
It's
been. I'm not used to. I can't never get used to this weather.
You know when everyone says busy's good? When, I say it all the time myself. Busy's good. Busy's good. Meanwhile, I'm like, I kind of rather be just laying on my couch
Yeah,
sometimes.
I would be.
I don't know if I want to be busy.
No. No, I'm more of a couch guy.
Yeah.
I hate when people are like, I woke up at 8 o'clock and I didn't know what to do with myself. I had to find something to do. Why?
Why?
Just go sit on the couch, put on the TV.
Yes. No.
That's something to do.
Just don't get out of your bed and just lay there and put on the TV.
We have smartphones now. Just watch something on your phone.
You can spend 2 hours on your smartphone.
What are you getting out of bed for?
Yes.
Stupid.
Yeah, I know. Who was this? Oh, forget it.
Yeah.
What do we have here? What are we drinking, John?
Well, Ken's favorite brewery from our anniversary episode.
Yes.
One of his favorite breweries.
One of my favorites, yes.
Root Branch. We got another Root Branch.
Yes. And I am wearing a Root Branch shirt, which is it's like a rare thing to have, to own.
Yep.
Because Root Branch is not known for doing merchandise.
You got to hook it up, man.
You gotta
hook it up.
Our beer dealer, Dom, he came through. I said, hey, man, because they advertised it. They're like, you have to be at the brewery, one limit per person, and all these rules and all this stuff. Right. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. And I said, Dom, if there's any way you can snag another.
It's like a celebrity.
Yeah,
is that shirt comfortable, though?
He's like, I'll see what I can do.
Is it comfortable?
Yeah, it feels comfortable. Yeah,
the neck looks a little high.
Oh, yeah?
Looks like a little turtleneck there.
Oh. Well, you're making fun of it now. Are you just jealous, man?
No, I really am.
Yeah. It's got like the old TV VCR thing on it. What does it say in the back? I even forgot.
It says Root Branch.
Does it say anything?
It says Audio Video Club.
Oh,
Mystical Visions.
Yeah.
Cosmic Vibration.
So it's like a... like the old school, like the audio video room, I guess.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's a playoff of a beer they have, right?
Yeah.
That's probably all.
Yeah, and they roll the TV out.
Oh, yeah. Remember the guy back in the day when he's sitting on the couch and the wind blows through his hair? Watch TV?
Oh, Maxim? Or Max? It was like the cassette tape.
The cassette tapes.
Yeah. Or something like that. I think
Maxim is what little boys was like Playboy to little boys.
Oh, yeah. That was like that magazine. Yes. So what are we drinking? So you said this is Root Branch.
Root Branch.
The Pilsner.
It's a Pilsner. It's called Rieder. Reider.
So,
it is a Czech Pilsner.
Yes, hopefully he said that correct, because I would say it the same exact way. So,
yes, 5%. It's nice and light.
Yes, crisp, light. Sometimes that's just all you want.
And clean.
Look at that color.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers to you and your shirts.
Yes, thank you. Thanks, Tom.
That's good.
Oh yeah, clean, crisp. I mean, what better way to put it?
Yeah, there's not much to it really. It's just a clean, crisp beer.
Yes. Crushable.
Crushable?
Yeah.
Did we make that up, or is that a real word?
No, that's
a word.
Yeah, I mean, it might sound douchey to some people though. Like, oh, they use crushable.
I feel douchey when I say it.
Yeah, it's crushable, man.
No, it's good beer.
Yeah, crushable is just, I guess, it's just like when you throw it down back quick and then you crush the can. You know?
Right.
Yeah, and it's just like one that you can do anytime, any place.
Sure.
Yeah,
this is one of those.
Yes, it is. I can picture like tailgating with this beer.
Yeah, because you're not going to get too stupid off of it.
Yes, exactly. Great flavor.
Great flavor.
Yeah. Root Branch, I mean, they're known for their IPAs, but I like seeing things like this. So
yes, sir.
Yeah.
So what's happening? How are you?
I can't complain. Living life.
Yeah. To the fullest?
To the fullest. And, how's everything? How's work with you?
Very good. Very good.
Good. Would you say you have what is like one of those cool jobs or no?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
Oh, I can think of things much cooler I would like to be doing.
So recently, I had sent this list to John, and it was about like the coolest or the most amazing jobs and all this stuff. And I was like, this is something we should talk about. I think it'd be fun to bring it onto the show.
This is the cool job, what we're doing right now.
But we're not getting paid for this, unfortunately. So
it's because nobody will subscribe.
Yes, that's the issue, right?
Yeah.
So
share.
Yes, exactly.
I want to quit my job.
So right now, what I'm doing, John, is I'm actually looking at I'm looking for the list of There it is. So the podcast there. I have my notes here, and I wanted to go to this list real quick and just talk about some of these. This is a random list online, and I think we can go down these, and we're just going to talk really brief. So number one on this list was the job of a chocolate consultant. So you're getting paid
to taste chocolate?
to taste and judge chocolate, yes. I mean, sounds pretty cool to me.
It does. Well, it depends on how much they make.
Oh, number two on the list. Any beer fan will appreciate this one. Beer taster.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That would be a good job.
And you travel around the country tasting beers.
I would love that.
Yeah, that does sound like a pretty cool. Now, here's a job, the number three, and it's kind of in the same field of alcohol and everything like this. This is a job, I remember, quick background on this. I was in New York. I was going to eat dinner at the 21 Club, God rest its soul. And we had ordered wine, and it was a guy came over with this, like, cool, like, Mr. T chain, and he had the little dish on the bottom of it, and he would try the wine for you before.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So the sommelier. Yes.
Yeah.
A master sommelier.
Yeah.
And I think they get paid pretty damn good, too.
I have a cousin that's a sommelier.
Oh, yeah?
In New York City, yeah.
Wow, in New York, too, as well. Wow. Did they tell you if that was the greatest job ever? Or no. No? Apparently, the whole training, and I've watched a show with it and everything.
It was like, there's a show like Neat.
Yes,
there's
it was
one
Som.
with Som, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't compare it to Neat because this is more of like, there's, I think, a few seasons and episodes and stuff.
Oh, no. I'm thinking of something different then.
Oh, okay.
It was just a documentary on how people became a sommelier.
Well, that's what it is, but it's kind of, there's a few different versions of it. Yeah. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind another version of Neat, though, because, I mean, although it was pretty damn good in itself, but I just like to watch anything bourbon. Number four, a gumologist.
The hell is that? Taste gum?
Yes. Will spend their time
They're making shit up
taste bubble testing gums before giving a final verdict and advising on new flavors.
That's.
I think your jaw would hurt after a while.
Is that
though.
real?
Apparently, it is. Number five is a tea taster. Okay. I mean,
right.
I guess a professional bridesmaid.
See, now you're getting stupid. This is a stupid list.
Yeah. I mean, I think of that movie, the one with that redhead chick from Will and Grace, and
Wedding Crashers?
No, but it was one where she hired a man to be her wedding date.
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch those romantic movies like that.
Yeah. Anyways,
Jizz Mopper came in at number 7. That's
Mopper.
a job I always wanted.
Jizz Mopper. Number 7 was dog surfing instructor.
All right. Is this list done? Have you ever even heard of that?
I don't know. A Shark Tank cleaner? No, that's not a fun job.
Shark Tank?
A zookeeper? That doesn't seem like an amazing job. A fortune cookie writer. I mean, you can really mess with people on this. You will die in 3 days.
Say goodbye to family.
Yes.
You should not have cracked open fortune cookie.
Yes. Now evil spirits will come around you. Yes. Number 11, Lego builder.
But what's a Lego builder?
I guess, you have the Lego parks that have these displays and stuff.
All right.
I'm assuming it's something of that sort. You get hired, you're a professional Lego maker. I know plenty of people that were really into Legos. I was into Legos growing up.
Yeah, I like Legos.
Yeah, but I guess some people just never stopped being into Legos, and those are the ones that get these kind of jobs, I think. Destination wedding photographer is another one. A professional snuggler.
It's a prostitute. Come on. That's a prostitute.
I'll read this next
That's
one.
a hooker. A sex toy tester.
Okay.
Okay.
So judging by this article, it looks like it was out of England or something because I see something with pounds in there. A professional zombie. So it could be like Walking Dead. Actually, that would be pretty cool. Actually, come on, you got to admit that you one of the zombies in the field tearing at someone. Or,
yeah, I guess.
I guess it would be a water slide tester, a Netflix tagger. All right. Mystery shopper. Mystery shopper is a real thing. Because working in restaurants, I knew this, that mystery shoppers would come in. They would try the food, whatever, write
Right.
their whole thing on it and stuff. So it's just like, you don't know who I am. Your service better be good. Some of these I'm not even reading because, But anyways, I mean, any other cool jobs you can think of off the top of your head?
I was thinking like simple stuff. Like when I was a kid, I wanted to be an ice cream man. I was like, that's the coolest job. You're selling and eating ice cream all day. Like, come on, No, to me, I think like being like a brewer or something. I think or a distiller. I think that would be a really cool job.
Yes, but we
Not teaching dogs how to surf. I mean, that's nothing I even heard of before.
But I just think about it too, like, if you're a brewer or something goes wrong, something's leaking, something happens.
I mean, there's stress and everything.
So when it comes to brewing, those tanks have to be so freaking sanitized and clean.
Yeah.
Any little bit of dirt or gunk or anything can create molds and everything and ruin the batch totally. I'm sure it has its frustrations.
I'm sure it does.
But what about uncool jobs? Is there anything,
Oh, yeah. Well, the jizz mopper, right? Who wants to be that guy?
The guy. So that's the one that cleans the booths. Do they still have booths anymore?
I don't
know if that's a thing anymore.
Probably not.
On 42nd Street, once 42nd Street.
Or if you go to like a strip club, maybe in the bathroom, you got to clean up the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, I guess some people just can't wait.
I don't know. Like, I wouldn't want to work in a sewer. Anything with like poop, like sewerage.
Yeah, sewage. I think I'd be like,
Yeah.
every 2 seconds. Or like even like orderly or something of that sort. Or like sometimes you got to clean the bedpans. I guess you get used to it though.
Yeah.
I don't know. What else? I would say a mortician or something like that.
See, I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it depends on if you're scared of bodies, but
I don't know.
I think that would be cool.
Do you think that
I watch
yeah, you were saying that. Yes, a show on that
YouTube.
Stuff. Yeah,
Go on YouTube. You can watch embalmment. You can watch all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm not into that, man. I don't know. But I would think that. I think a cremator, that kind of sucks. I worked with a guy. I worked for Panera Bread for a short time. Well, maybe a couple of years, and the baker there, awesome dude. He had like a goatee that went down to like his knees.
Nice.
And he just seemed like tattoos all over. Seemed like kind of like a badass, I guess you could say.
At Panera.
Yes, at Panera. He was the baker. And I go to him one day. I said, his name was Rob. And I said, hey, Rob, I'm like, what did you do before baking? Is this something that you always done? Sometimes you're working with people like late night. You just kind of shoot the shit.
Right.
And he goes, do you really want to know? I was like, yeah. He's like, I was a cremator. And I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah.
Crazy.
He's like, yeah, I was a cremator. He's like, and he said, I started cracking up, but he was serious. He was a cremator. Right. He goes, I went from baking people to baking bread.
That's funny.
I was like, oh my God.
I guess that does have to be weird, right? Just throwing a body on this.
Yeah.
Wheeling it in.
And just to be like the last person to see that body every day. Like you were the last one.
Sweep it into like a jar.
Yes. Yeah. I wonder how that, they got to, I don't think that wouldn't be fun. I think the people who run funerals too, that must be the worst job. Like like the people like we have like the Parrow funeral.
Yeah.
Those twins, the ladies. We've been doing enough funerals in our town.
I mean, you're not going to go out of business.
Yes. People got to die.
People gonna die.
Yes. But they got to. I mean, come on, think about it. They have every day. They may have like 4 appointments with people that are just crying and bawling and like, how do you handle that mentally?
You got to be the coldest son of a bitch.
Yeah,
no heart.
Yeah,
care less.
I almost feel like you can't put emotion into it. I feel like you almost have to act. You almost have to be like, don't worry. We'll take care of everything for you and all this stuff. But it's just the role. Like, I think the second you start putting emotion into things, you see someone crying and you're like, it's okay. Then you start crying and mentally will screw you. I think no matter what, you're mentally screwed up.
That's got to be a hard job, too, if somebody comes in that you know.
Yeah.
Like you live in the town that you have your business in, and Betty from down the block had a heart attack. Now you got to throw her in the fire.
Yeah. It's I think anything, I guess, around death, or maybe like people who have to euthanize animals, or something like that, or people like in shelters, they have those kill shelters. After their point, like, do you want to be that guy? That dog just had he just had a funny ear or something, and no one wanted to adopt him. And you look at this dog looking up at you, and it's got that funny ear, and you're like, oh, I can't do this. I wouldn't be able to do that. No.
No, I would.
I would have, my house would probably have 30 dogs in it.
I'm not an animal lover. I could put one
Come
right
here,
between the eyes.
Sparky, just come on with me. It's all right. It's all right.
No, I don't got a problem putting a bullet in Sparky's head.
Oh, no, that's horrible. That's horrible. I could never. Oh, man, I love dogs too much, so, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, anything to do with human feces or animal feces has got to be a bad job.
Yeah.
Anything where you're working outside in 100-degree heat's a bad job.
Yes. But then again, some people say they get numb to it. What about, someone who cuts down trees? I couldn't do something like that.
Well, I'm too afraid of heights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're cutting down they're tying these ropes on things. They're doing all this.
Right.
I mean, they're magicians with it.
Or how about those guys that got to go on top of the bridges?
Yeah.
You're on top of the Brooklyn Bridge or the Verrazano Bridge. And you're
Yeah.
up there because there's stuff that has to happen, whether you're
Yeah.
painting it.
Yeah,
or
cops
fixing.
too. Cops deal with it, man.
Oh.
My third cousin, I just usually say my cousin, Joey, Brzezinski. So he's a Port Authority police officer, and he was on the news maybe a couple months ago. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah,
or
I
whatever.
did. Yep.
There was someone on the GW maybe. There was
Yeah, at the top.
Yeah, they're at the top of the bridge, about to jump. And he was the only cop so they had to cut the fence open so that he can crawl through and then wrap around the guy so he doesn't jump, grab him on the edge of a bridge that was, if he falls, he's going to die himself, you know? But he's always been like that. He's always been nutty, It doesn't surprise, no one reacted and said, I'm surprised Joey did that. No, they're like, yeah, that's Joe.
Yeah.
He does, he just has no fear.
I would have been like, jump, jump.
Just get this over with so we can send the boat down there.
Let's go.
Come on.
I got a sandwich.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. It's crazy. But there's other uncool ones. I mean, they could think of dangerous jobs. I think.
I mean, when you're a kid, right? What's a cool thing? Like an astronaut, a firefighter.
Yes, but I would never want to
grow up. You don't want to be any of that.
Gosh, I watched that spaceship that went up and exploded.
Challenger. You
Yeah,
watched
man.
Challenger explode?
After that, I said, I do not want to be an astronaut. Nope. That's a hard pass.
I'm afraid to fly to Vegas. You think I'm flying to the moon?
Mm-hmm. Not going to happen. And now they have all these, those travel, the people doing the spaceships that.
Yeah, you can pay to go up there.
The one that looks like a penis that goes up, and then there's
Rocket X or Space Launcher or whatever. Yeah.
It reminds me of Austin Powers. When every time you see it launch, I'm thinking Austin Powers.
No, I would not want to go up there.
No. What was it? I mean, okay, cool. You probably have better views of things through like an HD camera that they can shoot up there than your own eyes. Looking through the window. I don't know. Not my thing.
I don't know. I mean, another cool job. I would love to be like a musician on stage, like touring.
Yeah.
Or even a roadie,
But I'm sure that takes its toll too, man. I'm sure it takes its toll. But but I guess being the musician, sitting, in a room with your pals playing music,
it's still a
singing,
job, though.
It's still a job. It's still difficult. There's a lot that goes into it,
Right.
that a lot of people don't realize between
sure.
mixing and all that fun stuff. There's a lot going on there. So, but yeah, those are some cool ones. We had a couple uncool ones.
What has your coolest job been?
My personally coolest job. I think. Oh God, I was a beer salesman. That might have been my coolest job. Cool. I think. I was just going.
You got to know your shit too.
Yeah. But I was going to. I served half of Rockland County in New York, and I would just go to maybe each day I had maybe 30 accounts I had to visit, and you're just walking in. It's not just bars, but there's liquor stores. I guess it was cool because I got to know a lot of the people.
Right.
I was able to. Sometimes your boss would be, even though there was a no alcohol drinking policy in this, and you work for a company, we used to have meetings and drink, but that never made sense to me. But they would say, go to this account and have a couple beers with the manager. We want to see if we can get this keg in there or something. See what you can do. So, things like that. And I was like, okay, I'm getting paid to drink in a way.
And drive.
Yeah. Go drive. You just have one beer. But
that's pretty cool.
It was fun. It was cool. There was a lot of cool events. We worked festivals where I would pour beers. and that was cool.
Yeah.
To do that because then you had all these different breweries there. So when you see these festivals, you don't realize what goes behind the scenes. So you have like Kane and you have like Magnify. Like everyone walks like when it gets a little slow, they just walk and they trade beers. Here's a
Right,
beer
right,
guy.
right,
You're
right.
trying all different kinds of beers in the back.
Oh, I'm sure that's probably really cool.
Yeah, I liked it. What about you?
I don't know. I've never done anything really but work in a restaurant and be in a bank.
Yeah.
But to break down, I guess, the restaurant part, because there was many different things I did in the restaurant. I think being like a prep cook
Prep cook?
is what I like.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to say a Christmas tree seller.
I did do that too. Yeah,
Yes.
I did do that.
Which it was fun.
That was
because
fun.
I did it too.
That was fun.
because we worked for a restaurant that sold trees and all. So we would work shift in the restaurant, work a shift outside selling trees here and there, you know. And because they used a parking lot for trees, and everyone kind of knew each other. And
you bring a case of beer and
yeah,
a couple crates.
Yeah, you bring a couple crates, sit on the crates. You had the garbage can with the fire, and you're
Yeah,
throwing everything
yeah.
in it, and sit there. And
I forgot about that. That probably is one of the coolest things.
yeah, it was
that I've
fun.
done.
We had good times. It was cold, but we had good times.
And I love wheeling and dealing.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Can I get that tree for 40? No.
Yes, and then you'd have like a friend that came or something that you're like, yeah, just take it.
Yeah.
You know, or maybe you didn't. I don't know.
I would never.
Yes, I know. But yeah, there's plenty of cool jobs out there. There's things that I wouldn't mind doing, but then once again, you know, the grass is always greener. Who knows?
Yeah, that's what they say. On another note,
On another note, I think I'm almost ready to finish this and have another beer, man.
another pretty cool job, I guess, is what your brother does.
Uh-huh.
Right? He makes machines that cut, and he's an engineer.
Yeah,
And he was recently in Chicago,
in Chi-Town.
and he brought us back something.
Cool.
You ready?
I'm ready. Just pour yours first.
So this is an IPA. We're going back to the IPAs. This is called Supa MCs. And it's like 6.7, nothing too heavy.
Good.
And it is from a Twisted Hippo Brewing.
Have you heard of Twisted Hippo before this?
No. I
Me
have not.
neither.
And it just went everywhere.
So John and I had mentioned that we are going to try to get a few beers from other states, other areas. So when we get a beer from like Chicago, which was nice, thanks Dave to my brother for bringing it.
Dave?
And you know, it's good to try different things from different areas. And I mean, there's a reason why there's West Coast IPAs or New England IPAs. Everything's different regions. So you know,
Yeah. It's got a pretty cool can there. It's a
Yeah.
hippo with
Supa MCs.
a cool haircut and
It's double dry
some
hops.
hops. And, yeah.
Looks delightful. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks again, David.
Yes, thank you.
It's good.
Coming from the Pilsner to an IPA, now it's like, all right, palate adjustment here, you know?
Big time. I still prefer my IPAs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is nice. It's got some nice hops to it. Beautiful color.
Not a bad aftertaste.
Yeah. What am I getting on there aftertaste? I'm getting almost like... It's hoppy, but it's almost like a hoppy, tropical kind of... I get a little tropical in there.
Like a pineapple-y.
Mhm.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, I like it.
This is part of the hip hop series.
Cool.
Supa MCs.
Interesting. Interesting can. Interesting artwork.
Is that a cool job, being an MC? A hype man? You want to be like Flavor Flav?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, man. Cool jobs. All right, they're cool, but sometimes you need to have a real skill to do these jobs. So,
Yeah, you gotta have a lot of skill.
you know, and people put in the time, you know, an MC just doesn't become an MC. A musician doesn't just become a musician. You put in the work, and you get good things sometimes. So
Sometimes.
not all the time, but sometimes.
You know what's a cool job?
What?
Being a comedian.
A comedian. That is
Yeah.
cool. You just like you're paid to make people laugh.
You're paid to make people laugh. You're paid to go from club to club and just kind of chill out and have a drink and
Yeah.
be funny on stage. And I think that's a pretty cool job.
I unless you're like get booed off the stage or no one laughs.
Yeah.
I mean, how would you feel as a comedian and you're on there and they all have said it. We've listened to plenty of podcasts where comedians have said it. Oh, I bombed, you know.
Yeah. And I guess it happens, right? It's a learning point. You got to figure out what your niche is.
Yes, what works.
What works?
I think one of the most difficult jobs in the world is just understanding people, what they like. You know, I mean, you can see with our views on the podcast, we don't know what people like.
Yeah, we don't know. A couple hundred one week, 40 the next.
Yeah, should we be funnier? But we're not comedians.
No.
Back to what we were saying. So who's your favorite though? Like, who's your go-to comedian? Like, who, if you were to go to a show right now in New York, which comedian would you want to see?
I am a huge fan, always have been, of the Dice Man.
Oh, Andrew
Dice Clay. To me, he's one of the funniest guys ever.
Yeah.
I know he's a little crude. He's a little too much for some people.
Yes.
But for me, he just cracks me up.
He's a Jewish man playing an Italian man.
I think he's hysterical. I've seen him a couple times, and he's so funny.
So our friend Tom, who we met through Jay, you know those birthday, what do they call that thing when they
cameos?
Cameos.
Yeah.
He got one of those from Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah.
And,
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
remember?
he showed me. Yeah.
And it was like, hey, how you doing, Tommy? You know,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And he's like, and he went, it's like he enjoyed it. He was doing
absolutely.
it. Apparently one of the biggest ones who passed recently was Gilbert Gottfried.
Really?
Yeah, I think he used to do them, yeah.
Another great comedian. He was pretty funny.
He was.
He was pretty funny.
But his is more like an act. Like, I don't think, like when he was at home with his, I don't know if he had kids, but if he was, you know.
Yeah.
Was he talking like this? Or was he like.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it was just part of the
Imagine
show.
if he had like this super deep voice. Like, hey,
yeah.
boom.
Or like, it's just like Dice Clay. Does he normally talk like, you know?
Him, I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Who else? Who's your favorite comedian?
My favorite for the last, I would say 15 years, maybe a little bit more than that, has been Brian Regan.
Oh, yeah. He's pretty funny.
I love Brian Regan. I've seen him do stand-up quite a few times. He just cracks me up. I like that he's clean. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like that. I like a clean.
Yeah.
I like someone that can make you laugh without getting raunchy or cursing or anything of that sort.
Yeah. That's a skill. That's a skill.
Yes. You know who else who had that? Who hasn't been doing too well?
Who's that?
We talked about him recently. Sinbad.
Oh, Sinbad.
I think we talked about him recently. I felt like we did. Sinbad.
Yeah.
He
always kept it clean.
He was very clean comic. Jim Gaffigan is pretty clean.
Yeah. Is he? He's not the guy with the puppets.
No, Jim Gaffigan's the heavy blonde guy, and he talk. You know, I'm going to botch it, so I'm not going to try. He's got like 7 kids, big, thick.
I know the name. I just can't think of. I can't think of the face.
Come on, man. But he's pretty clean too. I don't think I can't recall him. Maybe I don't know. I don't think he's cursed as much. But he does like sometimes he does like a little thing on Sunday morning if you watch.
Oh, I know that guy.
CBS Sunday morning. Yeah. Oh, he's awesome, dude. He's awesome.
I know him.
Yeah,
he looks like a Philip Seymour Hoffman.
He kind of looks. He's a lot taller, I think, or at least it seems like he is. And Philip Seymour Hoffman was a little maybe.
How about the old school guys? Like,
thicker.
where do you rank? Like, who do you think is the greatest? Not just your personal, but in your opinion, what do you think is probably the greatest comedian of all time?
Okay. I know who is, and I know who I'd say I think maybe.
Okay.
Who is Richard Pryor.
Yes.
Who may be in my book, but he's just a different kind of comic, is Rodney, I think.
Rodney Dangerfield?
I think. I don't know. He was great in his time.
Yeah.
People loved it. They loved his one-liners,
Yeah.
you know. But that's what I said. It's a different kind of comic.
It's like Don Rickles.
Yes,
That's a different. Yeah.
Yes, it's just and you just crack up at him. I mean, Bob Saget was
all
funny.
those one-liners are funny. You can be quick and on your feet. Those one-line jokes are funny. You don't need stories about this and that.
Yes,
Those
just the quick
one-liners,
one-liners,
yeah.
and that he was the king of one-liners was Rodney Dangerfield. Yeah. But yes, as far as I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to say Richard
Okay.
Pryor, I think, is probably, but I think if there was different categories, I would put Rodney up there too as well. You know,
Richard Pryor was the number one.
Yeah.
Voted by the public, yeah.
Yeah.
Me, I think Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy was hilarious.
He was so funny.
Eddie, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah, like the voices and, so funny. We used to eat Play-Doh sandwiches.
Yeah, he is really funny. Chris Rock has been funny.
Chris Rock is funny.
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, I feel like, came on late. I feel like in his early years, he wasn't funny.
Yes, I feel like he's more funny now.
Now
I
he's
agree.
funny,
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree.
What do you think of Sebastian Maniscalco?
I like him.
I like him too.
I
He
like
cracks me
the
up.
skit. That skit where he's talking about when back in the early days when someone rang your doorbell.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone comes to the door. They're like, "Oh, hello. How are you
brought an
doing?"
Entenmann's.
Yeah, like, and everyone comes and they greet whoever's at the door. Hello,
Yeah.
everyone's waving. Now someone rings the doorbell.
"Get down!"
And everyone's like, "Freeze!"
Get down! They're gonna see you. Get down!
It's so true, though. It
is,
it's so
right?
true. I like him, though. I like him. I think he's funny. I
Is
think
he
goes,
another one with an act though? Or you think that's him?
He goes. I think he goes a little too far with the whole Italian kind of New Yorker. I think he's a little.
He's not a New Yorker though.
Well, he sounds like it.
He's from Chicago.
From Chicago?
Yeah,
All
he's
right.
got that Chicago accent. He must drink tripping hippos.
Yeah, he must drink that. But yeah, I like him. But there's
I feel
others.
like he's not a newcomer, but I feel like he's only been popular.
Yeah, he just
recently.
kind of more recently blew
Yeah.
up. But there was gosh, man, the list goes. Louis Anderson. Fluffy. What's his name?
Fluffy?
What's his name? Enrique? Is it Enrique?
Iglesias.
Yeah, Iglesias.
Yeah.
No, Julio. No.
No, Julio Iglesias.
I'm talking Fluffy.
I do.
I just know him as
Fluffy.
Fluffy. I just say
Yeah.
Fluffy all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny, man. But then you have some of those older, you think about movies from back in the day. You think of your Billy Madison and
Adam Sandler, yeah.
with Chris Farley. Although Chris Farley didn't really do.
I don't remember him doing. I'm sure he did, but I don't.
David Spade has done stand up.
He still does stand
Yeah.
up.
Chris Rock.
Yeah.
And Adam Sandler. I mean, what do you think of Adam Sandler?
I think Adam Sandler's hysterical, but his shtick is a little old.
Yeah.
But I still think he's funny.
Yeah. That's a thing. And you mentioned Eddie Murphy before, but now Eddie Murphy just I don't know.
Disappeared off the face of the earth. Yeah,
Well,
I don't know.
he everyone said the changeover was like he was doing Coming to America, then he did Daddy Daycare or something, and they're like, all right, what the heck happened, But yes, and then you have
Where do you put Robin Williams?
he was once again. It was a different kind of. It's like Gallagher. It was a different kind of comic, though.
He was not funny. His comedy stuff was
He
not
did
funny.
he did a lot of
But
impressions.
in
and
movies,
stuff.
he was phenomenal.
Yes.
and hysterical.
Well, they say that about some people. They said that about Chris Tucker. Great in movies, funny in movies, but stand-up was horrible.
Awful.
Yeah. When you get to practice things, I guess, with movies, and you have more than one take, and you can
Right.
kind of, sometimes you can
How
get away
about
with more.
Jerry Seinfeld?
Jerry Seinfeld is. I like Jerry Seinfeld because he uses a lot of situations and talks about a lot of situations that you're like, oh my god, I was in that situation. Awkward
right.
situations,
No, he's just not funny to me.
Here's the thing. On Seinfeld, the show, great. You ever watched Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee?
Yes.
Okay. Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, awesome. Coolest, weirdest concept there is. Celebrities driving awesome, cool cars, and then you get to talk to them at a cafe.
Right.
And I really love the concept, but unfortunately, with Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, I saw different sides of Jerry Seinfeld. He just came across as arrogant, smug.
That's how I see him.
Yes. I have seen him do stand-up.
Was he funny?
It was good.
Was he funny?
It was good, and he was another one that is pretty clean, too.
Because I can see you being a successful comedian because you did stand-up comedy, you did comedy, now you have a television show, probably the most popular television show of all time, based off of your comedy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you made it. That's the ultimate.
Yeah.
But are you funny, though? It's funny as a TV show, but are you funny on stage
I
for
think
the
it's
average person?
funny for some people, but you have to understand his
I
humor.
don't think he's funny.
But you never watched Seinfeld, though, so
Right, but even before Seinfeld, he was a stand-up comedian. I
Yeah.
don't think he was funny.
yeah. I think the whole thing was with Jerry Seinfeld is that he was realistic in telling his situations and making it into something that was funny. Something that you may have not have thought of as funny,
Right.
he turned it into funny. And you're like, oh my God, I never looked at it like that. And I guess I could appreciate that about him. Like I said, stand-up, I thought he was pretty funny when I saw him do stand-up. But I guess there's certain things he's said on comedians in cars and stuff, and I'm like, he's kind of a douche.
Rubbing people the wrong
yeah,
way.
yeah. Like some of the things he says, you're like, it's a little douchey. But I'm sure people could say that about us as well.
Oh, I'm
So
sure.
that's
I'm
all
sure.
right. That's all right.
You know who's funny? Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby on stage is funny.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
I like Bill Cosby.
Yeah. I
Not
mean,
as a person.
I
on
guess
stage.
yes. Now we view things a little bit differently. I didn't watch too much Bill Cosby
Get you
stand
the
up.
ticket, and this wants the ticket.
I haven't. I mean, Paul Rubin. I mean, Pee Wee Herman. He was Paul.
I've
Rubens.
never seen him do stand up.
Yeah, he did it before. Yeah, early on.
Yeah.
So the
Because
interest.
Pee Wee was a character.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was his character.
Right.
And then he had Pee Wee's Playhouse,
Yeah.
which was, from what I understand, I could be wrong. Originally, was supposed to be intended for adults.
Well, there was the Pee Wee Herman show.
Yes,
That was before Pee Wee's Playhouse. That was like an
Yes.
HBO special.
Yes,
And that was a little dirty.
it was dirty.
Yeah, a
so
little
he
bit.
was he started out as a comic that
Yeah,
was
a little
not. It was. There was a lot of innuendos. There was a lot
Yes.
of like
Yes.
things that maybe a kid wouldn't understand or something.
Right.
So
The guy got caught masturbating in a movie theater.
in a porn, but it was okay. Listen,
No, you're right.
you,
I know what you're going to say, and you're absolutely right. The fuck you at a porn theater for? What else are you supposed to do? Eat
yes,
popcorn?
exactly. It was a decent exposure or something of that sort, but it was like the whole theater was filled with people that were just watching it and doing, that's what they were doing. He's like, all right, and apparently wherever he was, I forget what state or anything of that sort, but wherever he was, the cops used to do it every once in a while just to hit quotas.
Right.
They would just go to the local porn theater and just arrest people or whatever for indecent exposures and stuff. So he just was just crappy luck. I think the issue was with Pee Wee Herman was the way he looked in his mugshot. He had the
creepy,
long, straggly hair,
Paul Rubin.
the goatee,
Yeah.
and it's just
Didn't
like
look
that
like
doesn't
him.
looks nothing like Pee Wee Herman. But to think about it, if he dressed up like Pee Wee Herman everywhere he went,
Oh, he'd be mobbed. Yeah,
yeah,
he
exactly,
wouldn't be able to go anywhere. Absolutely.
exactly. What do you think of that Blippy guy? That you ever see that Blippy?
Blippy?
It's like a kids show.
No.
I don't know. He's like the new Pee Wee, I guess you would
Oh,
say.
no.
Anyways,
I don't know any Blippies.
Well, yeah.
How about George Carlin?
Oh,
He was funny, but very,
George Carlin
very
might
dirty,
be
though.
top 3 up there, man. It might be top 3. I don't know.
Yeah, but he was raunchy though. He was dirty.
He was.
He spoke what he thought, and
He
had-
once again
did not hold
said
back.
things and that was a thing with Jerry Seinfeld. Said things that people wouldn't normally think might be funny, like situations, and took it and it just made you he made you think.
Yeah.
That was the thing. George Carlin, he was definitely up there as in some of the greatest comics.
I've seen
stand-up
Bobcat
comics.
Goldthwait a couple times.
Did you see he was horrible?
He's not funny. No,
No?
he's not funny.
I think I remember you saying that.
Yeah. My new favorite comedian right now is Robert Kelly. Robert Kelly is hysterical.
Yeah.
He's dirty. He's raunchy.
I went to the Comedy Cellar in New York. I was in that seat right in front of the mic.
Right.
And
You saw him there?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I've never been to the Comedy Cellar. I would love to go.
I used to see all those guys all the time.
Yeah, you go on a random Tuesday night,
Yeah.
Wednesday night, they all show up.
Yeah, Jim Norton. No, but this was before they were huge.
You're right, because they were trying to make
Yeah,
it.
yeah. See, Jim Norton was there all the damn time.
Right. I've seen him.
What's that? Oh, God. Oh, that rap. No, no. What am I thinking? The guy that was in Breaking Bad, reddish hair.
Breaking Dead.
Breaking Bad. Oh God, what's his name?
Louis C.K.
Oh, Louis C.K. is another good comic.
He's funny.
Yeah, but not the one I was talking about.
Sorry, I can't help you.
Was it Michael Rappaport, maybe? Is that it?
Could be.
No, I don't think it was Rappaport's the other guy. That's the guy who played Remy, right?
Yeah, that's Remy.
Yeah, no. The other guy. Anyways, it's going to bother you. Keep talking on. I'm going to look it up real quick.
But right now, Robert Kelly is probably one of my favorites. I love him. Chris DiStefano is another new up-and-coming comic. He's
I've
been
heard
around
of
a couple
him.
years.
I've heard of him.
Hysterical. Sal Vulcano does stand-up, and all these guys are so fun. I've seen Dane Cook.
All right.
Dane Cook is hysterical on stage, man. Dane Cook is more of the way he talks and acts than what's coming out of his mouth.
Yes, he's funny though. I liked him. But the one I was talking about was Bill Burr.
Oh, Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's right. He was on
Breaking Bad.
yeah.
He had a small kind of role in there or whatever. But yeah, he used to be a regular at Comedy Cellar too. He would just always pop up in there. Chuck Nice was another one out. Remember Chuck Nice? We went all
Chuck Nice.
Yeah.
Did we see him at my bachelor party?
Yeah, we saw him at your bachelor party.
You know who's really funny? Bert Kreischer. He used to have a Travel Channel show where he went places. He always has his shirt off. Him and Tom Segura have a podcast.
Bert back around? Yeah.
Bert Kreischer. If you see his face, you'll know who he is. He's funny.
Yeah.
He's funny.
Well, now that we talked about all these comics, if you don't know any of these guys, check them out.
Check him out.
Except the ones that weren't good.
Let us know who your favorite comic is.
Yes.
And drink some bourbon.
And have some bourbon. This episode was brought to you by... No, I'm joking.
Remy's Comedy Club.
Today, we are having some Remus Repeal Reserve.
I said Remy's. My bad.
Remus. This is the Repeal 5 series.
The what?
Repeal 5?
What does that mean?
Oh, I guess, there's different series and things. This is the 5.
Oh. Is there a Repeal 4?
Maybe there's a 6 and 7 and 8.
Oh.
Yes. So the first time real quick, this is 100 proof. It's just in case anyone's wondering. And it's because this is 2021. This one is specifically. So yes, they change them up. I'm gonna have to say though, John, the first time I've had this one, I wasn't impressed. And this has been sitting on my shelf for some time. And I said, I want to give this one another visit. We haven't had it on the show. People really actually look for this bottle. And, I'm not going to say I like something regardless of how sought out after it is.
Nope.
If I don't like it, I don't like it.
Honesty's the best policy.
That is the best policy. And we're going to have this one today. And I want your opinion, John, and see what you think.
All right.
A little from me and Johnny's over there.
Just a little bit. Not too much.
Just a touch.
Feeling pretty good right now.
All right. Off that Pilsner and
all right. Let's give it a try.
Oh, this is the nose.
Does it smell bad?
No, it doesn't.
It smells like it's going to be strong though.
I don't know. Well, no, not 100 proofs. Oh. I like it better this time.
It's not bad. It's not great.
I do like it better though this time.
We have had better.
Yeah, but I like it better than the first time I had it, which I just wasn't a huge fan the first time I had it.
I don't like the aftertaste. It burns on the back of the tongue a little bit. I don't like the way it feels.
Yeah.
It's not silky.
Yeah, you got a little lingering heat, but I wouldn't say it's overpowering. I mean, I think it's a decent. I don't think it's what people, put it a little bit high on that pedestal once in a while, and I don't think it's up there. I've had a lot of bourbon that's much better. But I can't say that if, someone offered me a glass, I wouldn't take it. So I think it's a decent,
Sure.
decent enough.
Not my go-to.
No?
But I wouldn't buy the bottle myself, but it works. It is what it is. They can all be.
Yeah.
You got to take your good with your bad.
So
not that it's bad, but
So I never had it before. A lot of people were hyping it up on Facebook, and I part of a couple trade groups and stuff. And the guy who I got it from said he was looking for blends. I was like, oh, yeah. I'm like, what's the trade? He's like, Remus Repeal. I said, cool. I've been wanting that bottle. I haven't had it yet. So I go to meet with the guy to do the trade. Went well. And then,
Is that a porn theater?
well, the funny thing was, we both ended up going to the same stores that day. So we stopped at a couple stores nearby, and I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, man?"
Running into each other.
Just traded with you.
Yeah.
And
Awkward.
And what was on the shelf there? A Remus Repeal. I was like, "Damn it! I just traded away a Blanton's for this, and there's one right here on the shelf." You know.
Should have traded back. Be like, sir.
Yeah. Take this back. I'll just buy this one. Whatever. It wasn't the end of the world, but because I had a couple of Bland's in around, and it's not like I'm a huge Bland's fan, anyways. But I think it's decent. You know.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
That's a good way to leave it.
Yes. On that note, let's give some shout outs today, guys.
All right, we're gonna shout out to Root Branch.
Yes.
Ken Shirt.
Yes, and thank you, Dom,
Thanks, Dom.
for being the magician you are and getting this. Yes, so wow.
Shout out to Twisted Hippos. I think I said Tripping Hippos before. It's Twisted Hippos.
Twisted Hippos.
Shout out to Twisted Hippo
We apologize for
Brewing, Supa MCs. Thanks to Dave, your brother, for bringing it to us.
Yes.
Shout out to
Remus. And to those people who have those amazing jobs,
lucky you.
no shout outs to you.
Yeah.
For the ones that have those jobs that no one wants, we'll give you a shout out.
Shout out to the guys
Yes.
cleaning up their shit.
Yes, and yes,
Shout out
we said
Remus.
that. Yeah, we said that. And to all the comics out there, keep doing what you're doing and making us laugh.
I love to laugh.
We can never reach that level
No.
to make people
We are
laugh.
not funny.
I think people will curse at us more.
Probably. They're
Right.
disgusted by us.
John, cheers, bud.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers to you guys.
We'll see you next week.